Kim, I guess the bench in particular extended that lead. I mean, you were already comfortably ahead, but the bench really played well in that fourth quarter.
Ironically, were you listening in our timeout, Jerry? Because in that huddle, I told them to look at the scoreboard, and I asked them how many points we were ahead, and then I challenged them. I said, this is where you need to go with those points. You need to extend the lead. And not only did I give them a number to extend it to, they went beyond that number. And yes, I acknowledged that in the next timeout.
In particular, it seemed like Trinity Oliver, Jordan Oliver, I mean, a lot of them played maybe their best game of the year.
I just thought everybody did. Jerry, we've struggled to score the ball a little bit. You know, I don't want to say score necessarily. When you miss a few shots from the perimeter, it starts working in your head, and you don't look for the shot maybe. And I think the confidence is going to come from just somebody giving us a spark on the perimeter and hitting some shots. I thought that our rebounding was significant tonight. The challenge that I gave to Nalissa Smith, Dede, and Moon defensively on those three scoring guards, they accepted it, and I'm as proud of what they did on the defensive end as I am what they did offensively.
All right, Chad. You're on mute.
Right, yeah. For Nalissa, you hit 2/3 of your shots from the field today, 9 out of 10 free throws. Was it a night when you felt that shooting touch coming back?
I feel my teammates got me the ball a lot today, so we practiced a lot in practice, like making those shots, being able to finish with contact. So I feel like just coming from practice is just finally hitting me.
Excellent, thanks.
All right, Andrew.
Coach, after the Arkansas game, the Razorbacks had a lot of success getting to the line, getting to the hoop. Was there any particular challenge, or what changed where the first two Big 12 games out of the gate, you're able to hold both your opponents to 45 points?
Well, let's give Arkansas credit first. Arkansas has 3 or 4 guards that are seniors, grad transfers. Their offense is subject to expose you on the defensive end, and it did, and we put them at the line 39 times. We talked about our defense. I don't know that our defense was just bad in the Arkansas game as much as it was Arkansas was just a little bit more polished than we were offensively. We have not hung our heads. We haven't, left the Arkansas game and realized, hey, as poorly as we played, as many times as we put them at the foul line, we had a chance to tie the ball game with a shot there at the end. And so give Arkansas, the credit. I think that our team, and I've told this to the team, defense and rebounding are staples for us right now. And they have to be until we gain confidence on the offensive end. As you saw tonight, Texas Tech and a lot of teams are going to play you zone, and they're going to play you sagging man. And we've got to be confident enough to have players step up there and make shots.
Thank you. And I had one for Nalissa.
I'm sorry.
The fast break play between Moon and you, where you kind of got the alley-oop and one, that almost looked like you could see it, about to happen before it actually happened. Do you mind taking me through the play and talk about the chemistry that you're developing with the teammates?
Well, like you said, it comes a lot from chemistry. Moon knows that 9 out of 10, I probably want the lob. It's easier to catch. So when we were coming down the floor, I kind of looked there, and then she looked at me, and we knew it was coming. So, I just went up and got it, and I don't know, I happened to make it.
Sure. Thank you both.
Gotcha.
All right, guys. Sorry, forgot to let you know Jordan Oliver is also on the call, but I know the camera moves with voice, so she's
Don't
available
forget
as
to
well.
ask her a question.
Skylar, you're up.
Kim, I wondered your thoughts on the likelihood of the entire tournament being in San Antonio.
It's on.
Well, Nalissa that's probably why she had all those alley-oop plays tonight. That's home for Nalissa. Are we really surprised? Isn't this what they're doing on the men's side in Indianapolis? So I'm not surprised. I don't know enough about how in the world are you going to get enough gyms, enough practice places. and get that much clearance on, COVID testing and sanitation and all the things that have to be done. But, I read what you guys read today, and I guess I need to do a little bit more research to see, how many places are they talking about. That's, 64 teams, and we like it because it's close to home. Well, how many fans will be allowed? But we really can't think about that at this point because, guys, you know as well as I do, when it gets to tournament time and they announce there's 64, how many of them will not be able to play in it because of COVID and contact tracing? So I just can't look that far ahead. I coach in the moment. I'm just hoping we get the 3 games this week in because we need to keep playing to get better.
All right, Curtis, followed by Smoke, and then we'll go back through with Jerry and Chad.
Coach, what was more impactful, your defense holding Tech to 28% from the floor or your offense getting 20 second chance points, 42 off the bench, and 62 in the paint?
Well, you would think I would say offense, but honestly, I'm going to say defense because I think that offense is going to come and go this year with our team until we grow up. But defense can really be steady for us, and it'll keep us in games and win games for us. And especially, guys, the 3 kids that we focused on tonight defensively, every shot that they attempted, I just wanted it to be hard for them. And I thought that's us growing up a little bit and taking pride in our defense.
Well, second question real quick. You had 5 people tonight with 7 rebounds or more. How big is the glass going to be for you guys this year and doing it in that kind of team effort way?
Well, it is big, but now let's be realistic. Tech is not that big. Tech doesn't have 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" in the paint like we do. So we should dominate the boards like that. They went to zone, and I don't know if they went to that because of rebounding, but we were just very aggressive again. Unfortunately, Queen Egbo gets in foul trouble right out of the gates again, and I've got to help her. I've got to help her and decide, is she better coming off the bench so she doesn't keep doing it, because it's 3 games in a row, and it's charges, most of them. So people are watching and scouting, so I've got to put her in a position to have some success early. But we're going to rebound the ball. That's who we are. We're going to defend you, and we're going to get better on the offensive end.
All right, Smoke, and then we'll go back to Chad.
You mentioned the staple, Kim, about defense rebounding, and obviously tonight Dee Dee received the trophy award, the presentation. Can you describe her, why she is so damn good as a defensive player?
Well, she has length. She's a 6'1" perimeter player that has length and can harass the ball, get her hands on a lot of things, get a lot of deflections. She's very, very active with her feet, and she can gamble and do things that you really don't teach defensively, but if it's effective, you don't say anything to her as a coach. Dee Dee's not playing like Dee Dee's capable of playing. She knows that, and she's hardest on herself. She's being asked to play out of position. She's coming off of a terrible accident injury, and all she needs to do is just keep plugging away. And the impact she has on all of us, she's just a kid that you just don't see many anymore that, one, just beat themselves up that much when they make a mistake. It's always somebody else's fault, and she just wants to win. She's a senior. She wants to win another conference championship, and it matters to her.
All right, Chad.
Okay, Kim, you mentioned the sagging defense, the sagging man in the zone. For Sarah to step up, and I think that was her first 2 college 3-pointers that she made tonight. Does that show that she's getting settled in?
Well, it did tonight. We reversed the ball to her, and she stepped into her shot. Sarah can shoot the perimeter 3, and that's why I've put her in some games. She fouled out at Arkansas, and, we pick on her about that. We don't want her to forget that because she'll get better because of it. But Sarah can make those shots. That's part of her game. I thought that everybody did what they do best. For example, Trinity and Jordan Oliver and Dee, they're going to cut and flash to the basket, and they're going to go in there and you find them, they're going to get buckets for you. I think Carrington, I think Moon, I think Sarah, those guys can shoot the perimeter three, and they stepped up tonight and weren't afraid to do that.
And then I
Hey,
had a
Chad,
question for Jordan. I'm
Chad,
sorry?
aren't you a Tech graduate?
I am, yes.
All right. I'm glad you were here tonight.
I didn't wear my Texas Tech hat though.
All right. I'm glad you were here tonight.
And I had one for Jordan. Did you guys, especially you as a sophomore and the two freshmen, do you feel like y'all really kind of found your groove there, especially at the start of the fourth quarter?
Yes, I feel like we found our groove. Just, over time, we're just going to keep getting more and more comfortable. I think it's only game 5, like Coach always says. So just over time, we're just going to keep getting more and more comfortable.
Thanks.
All right, Jerry, then back to Andrew.
Jordan, back to you. When you look at your stat line, 8 points, I think only missed 1 shot, 7 rebounds, but is it the 8 assists, 1 turnover? Is that what you're maybe the most proud of?
For sure. Coach always talks about a 2-to-1 turnover to assist ratio, so I was happy to get that. I like to really get my teammates involved, so that really makes me happy more than just points, but I didn't even realize I had that. But, yeah, 8 assists really is a good thing.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Jerry, because a lot of our frustration is we've had too many turnovers, the last couple of games. And I thought, mentioning to the team that Tech was only averaging 9 turnovers a game. Well, we forced 15, and we had that 2-to-1 ratio tonight, and when you don't turn the ball over and you give yourself a chance every time, you can win some ball games.
And Jordan, one more for you. You talked about helping your teammates. It seemed like, particularly with that second group and maybe really the whole team, y'all had a real emphasis of going inside.
Yes, we like to get, the post players going as well. Just, once they start going, then everybody gets going. And it's not really like we emphasized it, but just when they're open, we're going to give them the ball.
I don't remember if you were on the floor then, but how excited did you get on Moon's little pass to Melissa?
No, I wasn't on the floor, but I was on the floor when Liz was on the floor.
Thank you.
All right, Andrew, and then back to Smoke.
Sure. Jordan, I'll stay on you. Question just going back to the defense. How have you guys grown as a team to continue to improve each game to prevent fouls and letting the other team get to the foul line and just really hone down and lock down defensively?
I think it's something we emphasize every day in practice. After the Arkansas game, we really wanted to focus in on our defense because we know defense will lead to transition points, will get our offense going. So just every day we keep working on it so we can just keep getting better on the scoring side.
And Coach, I had a question for you real quick. Dejanay Carrington is playing better, almost every time, finding her groove when she stepped on the court for you guys. I just wanted to see if you could comment on her play and then also the program that she's come from Stanford with Tara tying Pat Summitt just the other night for all-time career wins.
Well, Dejanay brings one word: experience. She is a little rusty. She hasn't played in a year and a half. Most of the players here haven't played since March, but hers has been a year and a half. So she's a little rusty. She wanted to come out of the gates in the first game just doing everything too fast, and she still wants to do it too fast sometimes and jack up shots and give us a chance to get down the floor, and we'll rebound for you if you miss it and turning it over. But as you watch her play, she can score the basketball, she can shoot the perimeter shot, and she's got the size in there to bang with you a little bit if you run a set or two for her to post up a perimeter player. So she's a great addition, and I think she fits in well with our team. When you take transfers, they better fit in well. And I've been very blessed that the ones that we have taken understand that it's about the team first, and they're just fun to be around.
And could you comment real quick on Tara, on her coaching?
Well, yes. Tara, I have so much respect for her. She's a coach that has found her niche at Stanford. That is her school. That is her program. And she was doing things at Stanford before other teams in the Pac-12 were, putting money into their women's program. So she's the standard by which all teams in the Pac-12, I would think, look up to. She's not somebody that you just has to be visible. She's not somebody that you hear about on social media all the time. She just coaches basketball. And kudos to her. There's not many that are going to be in the game long enough to get those many wins. And I have much respect for her.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it.